Hi Yippers, welcome back to Yipping Bricks. Today, we are diving into another LEGO Technic Formula 1 build, the McLaren Formula 1 race car. As always, I am curious about what kind of features are packed into the model, what sets it apart from other LEGO F1 cars given that this is the first of its kind, and just how closely the designers managed to recreate the look of the real car. Starting with the box, the color theme feels very appropriate for the set and closely matches the colors of the actual theme, which immediately gives it a cohesive and authentic look. The box art itself does a solid job of representing the real car, and overall, it sticks to LEGO's familiar clean and minimal 18+ design language. Around the back, we get a good mix of reference visuals, including the dimensions of the completed model, multiple images of the real car on track, and a side-by-side comparison showing both the LEGO model and the actual vehicle. There is nothing particularly special with the box design here, but it is clean, polished, and exactly what you expect from an 18+ set. Inside the box, we are looking at a total of 1,434 pieces. These are split across 7 normal bags, numbered from 1 to 4, along with 3 add-on bags and 1 special bag. We also get 3 sticker sheets, 4 wheels, and a single instruction manual. The instruction book is fairly substantial, coming in at 320 pages. Inside, the designer includes plenty of visual content, such as a side-by-side comparison between the real car and the model, detailed images of the finished build, and a short overview of McLaren's F1 team's history in Formula 1. We also get commentary from the team principal, as well as insight from the designer behind this set. Bag 1 focuses on building the rear section of the car and offers a solid start to the build. The size and complexity feels about average, with clear instructions and a smooth building process that is not repetitive. The rear assembly ends up being surprisingly sturdy thanks to the amount of interlocking parts used throughout. The standout here is the fairly stiff push rod suspension, which closely matches the layout in the real car. This bag also includes a functional differential and a V6 engine with moving pistons, all of which feel smooth and durable in operation. Bag 2 builds the front section and the mainframe, and it is quite a large and complex bag. This bag introduces the front steering and suspension. The structure feels extremely solid once completed, with plenty of mounting points securing both the frame and bodywork. I like how the designers use bars instead of large pre-molded panels like in the newer LEGO F1 models, which makes this set feel more technical. The steering is connected to the steering wheel, has no slot, and is quite tight. Maybe a little too tight if the frame is slightly bent, but still fun to operate. The suspension is stiff, smooth in rebound, and realistic to the push rod suspension in the real car. Bag 3 focuses on the bodywork, specifically building the floor plates, side body panels, and front wing. It is quite a big bag that is purely aesthetics, but the build itself is fairly simple and straightforward. That said, some parts of the bodywork, especially the front wing and the floor plates, do feel slightly fragile once assembled, and I do wish that they were a bit more stable. Bag 4 focuses more on bodywork, including the side body panels, rear wing, halo rings, and air intakes. There are no special techniques or mechanisms introduced in this bag, but I do appreciate that we can see the engine without needing to remove anything. With that, we are done with the build. Let's see what the model can do. First, we get working steering that is connected directly to the steering wheel. Second, we have working suspension that is not accurate to the real car. Third, there is a functional differential at the rear. Lastly, we have a working engine with moving pistons that you can see without needing to remove anything. In conclusion, this is what I grade this set as. The full grading criteria is in the description below. Overall, I am not particularly satisfied with this set. The lack of motorized functions is acceptable since this is clearly meant to be a display model, but I still think adding motorized drive and easier steering would have made a big difference, especially because steering is quite hard to control just from the steering wheel. The existing mechanisms are responsive, and I do like that the moving pistons are visible without removing any panels. The suspension setup is also not accurate to the real car, with both the suspension in the model being push rods. The wheels and proportion match the real car well, although the front wing could definitely use more detail. Visually, the color scheme is spot on, and sticker usage feels justified to keep costs down, and the finished product looks good on display, with a nice technical feel from the exposed bars. However, structurally it feels quite flimsy in many areas due to limited mounting points across the body panels, which hurts the overall build experience. The build itself is simple and not repetitive, making it beginner friendly. However, it lacks in mechanical depth and engagement given the price. Personally, I would not recommend it unless you are a fan of this specific car, and I would not build it again because the experience felt too straightforward and not engaging enough. And with that, we have come to the end of the review for the McLaren F1 set. Drop a like if you liked the video and subscribe if you want to see more of these reviews. Thanks for watching again. See you in the next one.